Hey everybody, so I guess this is just a rant. You guys say I have rants, but I don't know if this is a rant. Anyway, a couple weeks ago, actually a couple months ago I think now, the General Motors stopped making the Camaro. Yeah, they're still selling them at dealers, but they stopped making them. And I did a little bit of a rant on that. And so we all figured, you know, what's NASCAR going to do? Because NASCAR is riding a Camaro. It's the only GM product they use. And it's pretty much, other than the Corvette, the last product that is a car. They stopped making the Malibu as well recently. So they're pretty much dedicated now to doing only SUVs and trucks. And I did a little rant about basically, you know, Mopar getting rid of the Challenger, and the only one that's really staying around is Ford with their Mustang. But good news, you've probably seen this ad right now that came out, and it's a real ad. It's not a fake. It's not something that you just see. It's not like that 2021 Chevelle, 22 Chevelle, 23 Chevelle, 2024 Chevelle that keeps going around. It's not that. This is actually a real ad. And I'm wondering if, and there seems to be a lot of insiders of GM are whispering that they've had wind tunnel tests on some vehicles and such. And so what I'm wondering is, because Ford is not getting rid of the V8 powered Mustang or the V6 powered Mustang rear wheel drive, because now Mopar has decided to come out with an electric Challenger, 2-door and 4-door, but they're also going to come out with a 2-door gas powered Challenger V8. Same with a 4-door or gas powered Charger, sorry, not Challenger. They're going to be coming out with a 2-door Charger, they've announced, and they actually showed it. And they also showed the 4-door gas powered Challenger, as well as, by the way, they're coming out with rollers. If you don't know what a roller is, it's basically everything except the body and some of the drivetrain of the 70 CUDA and the 69 or 70 Charger that you're going to be able to purchase. You won't be able to purchase with a motor, but you can purchase an engine that you want and put it in. It's going to have everything but the interior. So, you know, the car companies have figured out, hey, you know what, there's a whole bunch of people like you and I and a bunch of others that, while we may drive an SUV on a daily basis, you really want to have a car to go out on the road and just open up and go to car shows with and just have fun with. You know, a sports car. And, you know, they kind of drew that line in the sand with the Camaro, which kind of sucks, although they have done that before and then brought it back. But I think the ad that you see here with the big screaming chicken, and here it is again, so it has the big screaming chicken on it. Well, I'm thinking that means one thing, is they're bringing the Trans Am back, which means they're probably bringing the Firebird back. Because if you remember, that Firebird was on the Firebird, but it was also the hood of the Trans Am. And I can't see where they would just bring the stock Firebird back without bringing back a performance version. And I think because now there really is nothing in any other GM, I mean, and they're bringing Pontiac back. It would have to be Pontiac, it would have to be a Firebird, because there is no other division other than Corvette in GM that even has any kind of car, realistically. And what are they going to do? Are they going to just give up that whole field? I think right now, with the lack of sales for the electric motor scooters that they've been selling, with realizing in real life that you know, we don't have the infrastructure for electric cars right now nationwide. You might have it in your town, you might have it in your city, but really try driving through South Georgia with an electric car. It ain't gonna happen. So there are people like myself who just want an engine. We want an engine. And to my knowledge, if y'all want to drive electric cars, great. Let the fossil fuels, all the dinosaurs, come to people who want to use them. We're not going to be flying in electric airplanes anytime soon. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 in the air for like 3 people, but you're not going to have electric airliners anytime soon. You sure as heck aren't going to have electric ships that cross the ocean. And even now, the only way you can power the electric pumps or whatever, electric stations to plug in, is using gasoline or dinosaur power. Could be gasoline, could be oil, could be natural gas, but it's a dinosaur product that is making the power for that electricity to power your electric Tesla. I know you don't want to hear that. It's kind of like when you tell somebody, hey, that hair, you know, Pete is like, oh, I don't want you to kill any cows, but I love my hamburgers. Well, hamburger's cow. You don't see the, you know, you go to the supermarket, you get a hamburger, it's a cow. And nobody wants to go out and pet a cow in a cornfield or, you know, farmer's field and go, hey, nice cow, I don't want to eat you. So it's the same thing with electric cars. So electric car people want to think that they're going green, but if you really look, and I was a science teacher and we had my kids do a report on this a couple years ago, the child labor, the deaths and all from just mining everything that makes an electric car. Plus, we don't have the infrastructure for it. And as much as some politicians or some groups that are very loud want it, the majority of the people don't. You just don't. Can't turn them on in Chicago in the wintertime. You can't drive them through a hurricane in Florida in the summertime. They catch fire in Florida and they just die in Chicago. So, you know, yeah, if you're living in the middle of California, where the temperature is pretty much varies maybe about 27 degrees a year, that's fine. You can have it out there. But the rest of the world, you know, you don't want to be going through the Rocky Mountains in an electric vehicle. Just not really. You don't hardly even find a gas station, let alone somebody who's got a charger out front. So that being said, I'm getting off topic. I think that this is a roundabout way of keeping General Motors in NASCAR. Not that that's a big deal for them, I don't think, but it is. By coming out with the Trans Am, coming out with the new Firebird, it's a way of putting a new sporty look out there. It's another way for people that are my age, say in their 50s, who used to have Firebirds and used to have Pontiacs and Fieros and all the whole Pontiac name brand that left us in 2010 to come back and really just come back. There's a lot of Pontiac enthusiasts out there, the GTO, all this kind of stuff. And maybe they'll do a kind of like, maybe, hopefully, they would do something like Mopar did recently, or Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth. Well, not Plymouth, but Dodge and Chrysler is maybe they'll come out with a new GTO, a nicer GTO than that weird GTO Sunbird looking weird thing that they had a couple years ago, but an actual cool looking, I don't even, let's say throwback maybe, but not, it doesn't have to be a throwback, but just a very mean looking car, cool looking car called a GTO. They could come back with a Fiero. You know, that'd be a neat little, if you want a cool electric car, come out with something based on the old Fiero design that doesn't blow up. That may be a good car, because the old Fieros caught fire from their gas engines. That's a good electric engine car. It's lightweight, 2-seater. That would be fun. And then come back with the Firebird. And I think the Firebird Trans Am would be awesome. So let's keep our eyes out. If you find anything about it, or if you have any in-depth, or you have any information that is about this, please put it down so that everybody can read it. Just put it in the comment section. I think you're going to see a little bit more about this. Maybe we're just one of the early birds that are putting it out there, but I think it's something that needs to happen. I think it's a way of GM sidestepping the fact that they killed the Camaro off. They typically killed the Firebird, then they killed the Camaro, and they used to do that. Now maybe they killed the Camaro, they'll bring the Firebird back. That would be cool. I would love to see that, as long as it's not a 4-door Firebird or a 4-door Trans Am. You know, God help us. But anyway, put your opinions down if you have any. Put down information if you have any. And I never owned, my brother owned a couple. He owned a 70 Trans Am, he owned a 82 Trans Am. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're interested. I think that's what this ad kind of was like saying, hey, is there anybody interested in buying a Trans Am or a Firebird? And so I would say, if in fact you are that person or one of those people, you reach out to GM and tell them, yeah, we'd love to see a new Firebird, new Trans Am. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Put down your comments. I'm really interested. Put down any information you have. I'm really, really interested. So appreciate it. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.